that gets done in the city, she's responsible for. The train rides with Santa, Duck Derby, some Nellie. She has her hands in everything, trying to bring people into our community. So I'm gonna let her say a little bit about the success of the Santa rides. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there who got to ride the train. I had friends from Rome, I had friends from Lafayette come up to ride the Santa train as part of the way Summerville shares Christmas with everyone.
Thank you, Casie. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm very excited to co-host with you. Wrapping up the year of 2016, we did have a very eventful, very busy year here in downtown, and we did just finish our last Santa Train Ride weekend this past weekend. Um, this is our second year having the Summerville Santa Express depart from our depot, and this is a very magical and special ride. There have been so many families that have been touched by this ride. They come into our community, they get to experience the depot, and not only are they experience that Santa ride, but when they come in the depot, we have such beautiful, beautiful decorations in our depot. It is a very historical depot as well, and we have many vendors that are welcoming our passengers and greeting them even before they get on the train. And my family actually got to ride the train this year, and it was the very first time that my mother, and she's in her 70s, has ever ridden a train.
Oh, wow.
So we've had many people touched by this train. The Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum has been most gracious and kind to us to actually have the opportunity, that we have to present these rides. It has done nothing but fabulous things for our community, and we see it expanding and growing each year. This year, our rides doubled, and so it was a very big year. We had rides departing Saturdays and Sundays.
How far do you go on the train? You depart from here, and where do you go?
We actually depart from the Summerville Depot and we go to the Tryon Recreation Field,
Right.
the actual park where Santa has a workshop.
Oh, wow.
He does.
Okay.
Yeah. And along the ride, once you get on the train, you're greeted by your car hostesses, and you'll do a little bit of Christmas caroling.
Right.
They'll serve you up with some cookies and some milk, get you ready for Santa, and then you actually go pick up Santa at his workshop. He gets on that train and he visits with every child and adult and takes those Christmas lists very seriously. And
Right.
there's a lot of photo opportunities and a lot of fun activities. So it's just been wonderful.
Well, this parade was actually set for December the 5th, right?
That's correct.
And we got rained out the first time, so we're braving the cold tonight to bring you the parade, and it is pretty cold up here. I'm
I agree. I agree.
I'm a little chilly, so
We don't know what the wind chill is, but it's pretty low up here.
it's below Casie. I can tell you that.
Below Susan as well.
I don't even know if I've been at ball games that have been this cold. So
Well, traditionally, our Christmas parade is the first Monday in December. And like you said, we did have to postpone the parade until today due to the weather, but I guess it is seasonably cold and the perfect weather for a Christmas parade,
it
I
is.
guess you could say. Unlike Ducky Derby, now you mentioned Ducky Derby,
Yes.
Ducky Derby happens in June, and it happens the first Saturday in June.
Now, was this year the first year for the Duck Derby?
It was. It was actually our very first year for Duck Derby.
It was such a success.
We had a lot of fun with Duck Derby. It was a very big success. To see those little yellow rubber ducks floating down our town creek was amazing.
I know when I got the press release, I was like, she's gonna do what with rubber ducks?
You never know what Somerville Main
And then
Street will
little
do.
Bluesy was awesome.
Yes.
She was just a doll. I called and I asked her a couple of questions through her mama, and she was just so excited and so generous. I think she ended up donating the money that she had won. So,
She did. I think she really did not expect to be the winner of the Ducky Derby, and her face it just said it all. If you look at pictures
right.
of Bluesy with her winning duck, her face said it all, and her heart was so generous. So we lost it for a minute.
We lost you for a minute. Welcome back. We didn't even know.
That's the one thing about live is we're live.
We never even lost it. We just thought we did.
So that's the fun. But Ducky Derby, we didn't know what we would do going into Ducky Derby. We were very proud of the success, and we'll be definitely doing Ducky Derby again the first Saturday in June, and one lucky winner will win $500 again this year. And we're look. We're
Where
looking.
did y'all start that? Like behind Tad's? Was that where you started?
We started at the creek on Highway 27 beside the Quick Lube, and they raced. The ducks actually raced to the depot, the bridge at East Washington Street, and kind of about midway through the race, it came a big rain, just big enough for ducks to enjoy, but not enough to scatter a crowd. And so we hand numbered each and every one of those ducks. Hand numbered those ducks. And I can't talk about Duck Derby and I can't talk about Main Street without talking about my very fabulous volunteers. Our volunteers on my Main Street board, my Main Street committee, they have put in close to 3,000 volunteer hours this year alone. They are incredible people. They all have a heart and soul for downtown Summerville. Um, we have so many visions and so many dreams that we would like to see happen in downtown. We love where we live, as you love, as you love Summerville. So we've done a lot of different things this past year.
Tell me about some of the things that stand out to you that made 2016 so special for Summerville.
Well, for me, Ducky Derby was one, along with the Santa rides, and we have our Steam into Somerville Railroad Days, as you well know. They begin the first weekend in October and they run through mid-November. And we try to have something, we don't try, we do have something going on every weekend, every time that train comes. We have had passengers that get off and they're from Germany, they're from across the United States. It's incredible. They're not just our neighbors, they're not just from Chattanooga, they're coming from all over the world, really. And one cool story is one of our downtown merchants, Tammy at Wearable Art, she actually brought her business down to the depot and she was a vendor at many of the depot events, just bringing the business down to the depot. And she said that there was a weekend where we had Saturday and Sunday rides. And there was a gentleman that had came back on Sunday. He had came down on the train on Saturday and had such a fabulous time that he took his own vehicle and drove back to Somerville on Sunday. He did.
Wow.
He did. We've had a Renaissance Festival. It's our second year to have a Renaissance Festival. That is a big hit. Renfest was fabulous. We had many volunteers that worked with Renfest, and something that we definitely want to keep up. We had our first Oktoberfest this year. That was very fun. We see that to grow in the future as well. Um,
Y'all had the bikes that camped out in the park from the bike ride.
the bike ride across Georgia, the brag,
Yeah,
that was a really big deal.
it
Yeah.
was.
We had campers all, they took over Dowdy Park,
Right, that
and
was so cool to look out and see people camping and just socializing and having fun in the park.
yes, and those people were from all over the place. They were a very lively group. They were very enthusiastic, and they loved the hospitality that they get in Somerville, Georgia. That is one thing that's always commented on, is we are such a friendly town, so welcoming, so welcoming. We've got a lot of things coming up in the future. 2017, the train rides will expand. Um, we have 29 rides in the year of 2017. Um, so the train will be visiting with us. We'll have the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum train coming once a month, March, April, and May. And then beginning in June, it will come the first and the third Saturday of the month, June through September. And then October, every weekend through mid-November, one weekend off, and then we start our Santa rides again.
So, Susan, when's the last time you had a weekend off?
It's, I will say I did have a weekend off in mid-November, the weekend before the Santa rides began. So it's been,
In the break between the
yes,
rides, the Steam into Somerville and the Santa ride, you
Yeah, very little time does Susan have off once October hits. I think I worked maybe 8 weekends straight from September through mid November. Um, but it's a job that we enjoy doing.
Right, and
We enjoy.
there's always something going on in downtown Summerville thanks to Susan Locklear and her team that volunteers all their hours. David Ford. I mean, there's just a list of people that help out so much in trying to bring people into our community, and also just to entertain the people. Us, all these things are available for us. We can walk through the depot and see the beautiful decorations, and we can take part in all the events. And we're just really blessed to live in such a good community. And the parade should be kicking off pretty soon. It's 7:08, so we're kind of waiting. We don't have a lineup to go with, so you just bear with us tonight. We're going to be totally winging it. So we're just kind of waiting to see when the cars start coming down.
And it is. It's a challenge, but we're up for the challenge.
Right.
Bear with us. We should be seeing cars shortly. Now, I have to say, while we're waiting, there is a great support from the community, and there's an excellent camaraderie between the mayor and council and the city manager. They are great supporters.
Right.
They want to see downtown grow. They want to see it expand and flourish, and that is one thing. You have to have the support of your volunteers. And your mayor and council and city manager as well, and they have been doing fabulous.
Okay, so
Looks like we see something.
I'm starting to see some lights. So the first cars are starting to approach.
It looks like we've got our grand marshal coming up, our grand marshals, and this year our grand marshals are Salmon Rose Kohler and Tina Lee,
Right.
and they are a fabulous group of people.
They are. Tina Lee has brought so much to our community through her theater production and helping out with all the different plays that she helps put on. Um, I've been to watch just about every one of them, and they all are just stand out performances for the kids, for the community. It's nice to have something actually going on in the Tuga Theater.
Well, I know that Sam and Rose said that they got their start with the theater, managing and working and volunteering in the theater just through the program that Tina Lee had started. They went to the first play, the Annie Jr., because their granddaughter, Maddie Weaver, was in that production.
Right.
And they said that at the end of that production, that they knew that they had to be involved. They want to know how they could be involved. And this past year, they've done some excellent work in the theater. I know that they're telling me that in 2017, oh, they're waving. Hey
Merry
guys,
Christmas!
Merry Christmas! I know in 2017 they've got some shows coming up. They'll be doing Singing in the Rain, Jungle Book, and Beauty and the Beast.
It looks like here we've got the City of Summerville mayor and the city council.
Yes, here they come. Merry Christmas,
Merry
guys!
Christmas!
Following, looks like we have Little Miss Chattooga.
These girls are mighty
Miss
brave
Chime?
to be out tonight.
Beautiful, beautiful ladies.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful ladies in these cars. Merry Christmas, ladies.
There's Miss Maddie Martin. She is the 2016 Miss Chattooga County. And there's her sister, Miss Lauren Martin, who was the Trine homecoming queen.
Yeah.
She also was crowned by her big sister, Maddie, who was the homecoming queen from the previous years. Great girls. Maddie, actually, she's playing softball in college now. And there's little Miss Trine. Here's Shelby Hill. We've got some elves hanging out of the car right here. They look like they're really having a fun time.
It's always fun to see those little elves.
It is. How about this car right here?
What a beautiful car.
I don't know that much about cars, so I'm just going to say that that is an old car.
I think they may be from a car club. Looks like they're from a car club,
Followed
maybe.
by maybe the cutest Volkswagen Bug ever.
Oh my goodness!
Look at that!
How precious! It looks like that may be Bobby Thompson driving that car. It could be.
I hear one of our bands coming. I do believe this is going to be the Pride of Trine Marching Band.
I think this Revolution skaters may be right in front of the band.
Now they're brave.
Yes.
I would just have to hold on to the tailgate and just.
Roll. Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is a pair of roller skates.
Yes. We'll let you enjoy some of the sounds of the band. This is not your typical lowrider, as it's blinking lights from underneath. I'm not sure if it does anything else, but that's pretty cool. And now we've got the extreme lowrider behind it.
Careful over the bumps, right?
Yes, I mean, that's pretty low.
Do they go over railroad tracks, Casie?
I couldn't imagine they could. It's kind of beat up a little bit in the back, so. Okay, now this is a cool car.
That is adorned by these lights. Very, very creative.
Very creative.
Beautiful car as well.
We apologize for not knowing much about the cars. That to me looks like an old Impala, but then again, I don't know that much about cars. But it's a beautiful car.
Beautiful.
Everybody.
I would have that car.
Car shows are big here, and a lot of people have their old cars, and they use the parade as a way to show them off, and the community really appreciates getting to see them.
I know one of the great activities is the North Georgia Cruisers Cruise In. And they'll do a cruise in a lot of times right here on East Washington Street.
Most of the time they shut it down right back here.
They do. We look forward to some more cruise ins this coming year.
Now that to me looks like a 66 Chevelle Super Sport, but I could be wrong, but that's a beautiful car. So we ended up having a nice crowd turnout.
Oh yeah, and the faces on the little ones, the faces on the youngsters, kind of make up for all the cold and it's just wonderful to see everyone enjoying themselves.
It is. And it's going to be wonderful to see the big guy at the very end of the parade.
Oh yes, that's what we all wait for.
Yes. Sounds like we've got the Chattooga Marching Band coming up. Chattooga's marching band had a amazing year this year. They finished and got superior ratings in almost every single competition that they went to. Jean Greer has just done a fabulous job there. They just finished up their Christmas concert. They had a jazz concert. Um, the band leadership is just wonderful.
Very talented students.
Yes, and
Very
they've actually got
talented
some
students,
seventh graders
yes.
who march.
Following the Chattooga Band, it looks like we have the first place winner on the parade float. And coming up, that first place parade float winner went to Lyerly First Baptist Church. I know everyone that worked on that float, they had to work very hard and tirelessly. They've got to be proud.
Yes, congratulations to Lyerly First Baptist Church on their first place. Look at that float. That is absolutely beautiful.
And of course, our parade theme is Winter Wonderland. And it looks like a very fitting float for the parade theme. Hello, Lyerly. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
They're followed up by South Summerville Baptist Church. There's a nice float.
Beautiful. Very festive.
Very festive. Beautiful little candy cane as well, lit up brightly.
I like the addition of the music from that one. That was nice.
It is. It's beautiful. Next, we have our third place winning float. That went to Spring Creek Baptist Church. And I've got to talk a little bit about Spring Creek Baptist Church because Spring Creek Baptist Church volunteered this past weekend at the depot, and they were train attendants on the train. They were elves, and they handed out free hot chocolate. Now the hot chocolate was donated by Title Max, but the Spring Creek Baptist Church were the hands and the feet that delivered the hot chocolate to the passengers. Wonderful, and congratulations on your third place float.
Looks like we have a truck from Harbin Clinic. With some joyful people walking through, wishing everyone Merry Christmas.
Yes. And we have to commend all of our walkers because this is a very long parade. It's a long stretch to walk if you're a walker in this parade, walker or marching band unit. But I'm sure that they do it, and they do it very well, and I'm sure they do it with pride.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, it looks like we've got some more floats coming up. They look very festive.
Oh, yeah. One looks like it's got a palm tree.
Oh, we need some palm trees maybe right now. Casie, are you ready for the beach for a minute?
Yes. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's
some toes in the sand and a palm tree and
right now my toes are
80
a little
something,
ice blocks.
90 degrees. Might be nice for a simple moment's change.
Yes. Is Santa under a palm tree?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, first up we have National Tidal Pond.
And they've got a frozen, it looks like, oh yes, it's a frozen float, complete with Olaf and very
fitting for the theme.
I I will not sing because that would be terrible.
No.
Okay, now that's really look. Their necklaces light up.
Yeah, TNT sweet treats. Oh, it looks like some snow
Oh,
may be
snow.
coming out.
Merry Christmas!
Wow. Very
Just
creative.
the look of palm trees lit up just instantly makes me feel a little bit warmer. We got a little gingerbread house decorated.
That is by Sugarville Sweets.
Very great. That's great. I have to give a shout out to Sugarville Sweets. They actually donated a lot of cupcakes. I was trying to feed the band because I didn't realize that, like the football team and stuff, our band wasn't fed before the games and stuff, and they actually came through with some desserts for the band before one game. So I thought that was just really
Yeah.
awesome of them. I just called and asked, and she was like, "Well, of course."
She is an asset to our downtown for sure. We love our downtown businesses. We love them.
We've got some black belts now.
Whoa,
Yes.
that would be So's Martial Arts. Great little group there. And they're followed up by Vista Life, Purple Tiger. Talking about our downtown businesses,
Merry Christmas.
we have to remind everyone to shop small and shop
Yes.
local.
Yes.
We've got some fabulous downtown businesses. I know that Merle Norman and Gaga's are actually extending their business hours this week. They're going to stay up until 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
And they're even open on like Christmas Eve.
And there's
till, like,
something
3.
in there, whether you're looking for jewelry or shoes or clothes, tops, makeup, gift certificates. If you just don't know what to get, you can always get a gift certificate.
Oh, wow. We've got some really, well, there's the Purple Tiger himself riding through.
Oh, wow. We've got some nice ATV.
High Five Energy. Guess this is a group.
High Five Energy, actually, they donated 200 smoke detectors for Chief Blake's Drive. They're a local company, and they donated 200 smoke detectors.
Wow.
Very generous.
Very generous.
I don't know what kind of hot rod that is, but it looks like you need a permit to drive that.
It does. Maybe that's why they're pulling it. I don't think it's street legal. What do you think?
I know. No, ma'am, that is not.
Oh, wow. We've got some very interesting vehicles coming up. They're riding loud and proud.
Those were some beautiful bikes.
They are.
Oh, wow.
Does that say Hitman?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
We have a Hitman.
Yes.
Or is that a Hot Man?
Once again, we do apologize that we do not have a lineup. We're kind of like breaking our necks to see who's coming down. Then we're just kind of throwing something together. So this is our first year doing this, and my first time ever hosting a parade.
And mine as well. Mine as well.
Our jobs just kind of throw us into whatever, so you just go with it.
You adapt and you go. Now, I do know that this is Godfrey's Tree Service.
Yes. Looks like they're actually passing out candy.
Have you ever ridden up in a bucket truck, Casie?
Yes, ma'am.
You have? How was your experience?
It's really high.
Are you afraid of heights?
Yes, ma'am. It wasn't my brightest idea.
But you're alive to tell about it. You are alive to tell about it.
I am.
coming up, we have our second place parade float winner. And I know second place went to New Beginnings Baptist Church. They always do a fabulous job with their floats, always.
Oh, and it is beautiful. Looks like we've got some polar bears and the North Pole for their winter wonderland.
Oh, how beautiful. They even have an igloo.
I feel like we should just go jump in that igloo.
I do too. For some reason, I think it might warm us up.
There's a lot.
Behind them, I know we have Little Creek Baptist Church. Oh, how festive.
That is beautiful.
Very festive. And that is just the magic of a Christmas parade, or the floats.
It is. And the kids getting to participate in it.
Oh, there's lights even on their wheels. Look on their rims. Have them lit up. We have the Polar Express by Complete Cash. Complete Cash has also been very gracious throughout the year. They've helped out with a lot of our events, Casie. They've done the snow cone booth and the jumpy house so that the kids have something to do for free at our events.
These would be the Trine, is that the 10 and 11 Trine Super Bowl champions?
Congratulations.
Chattooga County, I believe, out of the 9 different teams that played the Chattooga County, we brought home several Super Bowls like we always do between Trine and Summerville. Our teams really showed out for the Northwest Georgia Youth Football League. And these are the younger ones. Those must be the 7 and 8-year-olds.
North Georgia is Super Bowl champs. Look at the guys rock.
Woo!
They are
Merry
excited.
Christmas.
They want hot chocolate. we have the hot chocolate booth beside of us, and they're seeing the hot chocolate booth. Next up, we have the Girl Scouts, followed up by the Cub Scouts. I hear sirens, Casie. We have the Bible Mission coming up. It looks like they've done a beautiful float with the theme, Winter Wonderland.
Oh, those snowmen are very pretty. I like that float. Snowman and real trees on it. On a ski slope. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, look at them. How creative.
That is really cute. Oh, and somebody's crashed at the bottom.
No. I think that might be what I would do if I tried to
Yes.
ski or
That
sled.
would definitely be what I would do.
We have another group of Girl Scouts following up behind. Very important group, the Indians Super Bowl champs.
This little group right here, they defeated their opponent 41-0, and I do believe that this is Jacob Bond's little team, and I don't think they've lost but one game since they've been playing, since they were 5. Some of our emergency first responders, we do have the best in the state of Georgia. Chattooga Fire Department. That's an interesting truck.
It is. You normally think of a fire truck as red.
Right.
Really cool. I know they're followed up by the Gore Fire Department. And then the Chattooga County Fire Department. But you know what that means when we have the fire trucks, Casie?
What?
Somebody special's coming up soon.
I can't wait.
I do think it's the jolly old elf himself. Merry Christmas! And I do see him,
You see Santa?
the big guy that everybody's been waiting for. Dear old Santa Claus, Santa and his elves.
Oh.
There he is.
There he is. Look at how nice everything looks.
Oh, Santa.
Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas, Santa. Oh, he has Miss Claus with him, too.
He does. And the reindeer and Rudolph leading the way.
Yes, hey, Santa! Oh, there he is. Beautiful horses. Giddy up.
Uh-oh, I think we lost a hat.
Oh, my. You never know what happens live.
No,
Summer-
that's one thing I've had to learn. You just kind of
Go with the flow.
just go with it.
Summerville Fire Department capping it off. It's been a wonderful parade, Casie.
It has. It absolutely has.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you for joining me and braving this cold weather and going with my idea of let's broadcast this parade.
Anytime.
I just want to give a big shout out to all the people who have started looking at All on Georgia for Chattooga County as a way to find out your needs. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate sharing 2016 with you. Some of the people I've got to meet and things I've got to cover, relationships that I'm fond of, that from developing relationships with city councilmen to everyone, and just from me and from Levi and from my son Cole, we just want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a happy and safe holiday season. Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Please just go and celebrate it, and just let's make 2017 a year that we can all unite and just make it the best year for Chattooga County that we've ever had.
Every day is a wonderful day to be on this earth.
Yes,
It's a
ma'am.
wonderful day.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm very fortunate for the relationship that we have. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for your coverage of our events. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're very welcome, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me and let me know what's going on. And like I said, when I got the deck derby one, I was like, what? What's she going to do this time? But stay in tune with the City of Summerville, with All on Georgia, to find out what's going on for 2017, and happy holidays.